Warriors, the sleeping giant Vechain. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hand. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. And I'll tell you what, no matter what technology comes out, the iPhone, Samsung, Bluetooth, satellites. Did you realize that you have a supercomputer that'll be stronger than any computer that could ever be developed? Now, who was a computer created by? Man, we created the computer. You are the smartest thing on this earth. We need to start acting like it was, because the biggest shift in generational wealth is here right now, and it's all happening right underneath your nose. So I've had some requests of people asking me to talk about things other than XRP, because I'm not an XRP maximalist. I just know a lot about XRP. I'm an ex-banker. I understand the real world solve. Just like when someone's a CrossFitter or a vegan, you can't get them to stop talking about it, right? Well, guess what? I'm an ex-banker, so I can't stop talking about XRP because I love the real world solve and I love the leadership team and the board of directors. So I'm going to start, because I've had so many requests, start talking about some of the other cryptocurrencies that I'm involved in. And I'm going to show you how my brain works and how I invest in cryptocurrency. I'm not a pump and dump guy. I'm not trying to get rich quick. I don't hang out with those types of people, nor do I follow those types of people. Those types of people may as well go to the gas station, grab some lottery tickets, do some scratchers. Today, I'm going to talk about Vechain, which is a sleeping giant. Now, here's how my brain works. I look at what's happening in the economy. I pull myself up to a 30,000 foot overview. And just like going to war, I look to see what moves the players are going to make. You're going to see some videos coming out next week. I'll just share with you guys. I'm heading on a spiritual journey starting tomorrow. You'll still have a video on a daily basis. There may be some quick little live videos out there, but I do need to pull back as a leader to develop myself, realign myself so I can be a better leader for you guys, be sharper, more concise, so I can get you better information to help you in the quantum financial system. But let me remind you, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. But as I pull myself up, I can see the moves being made. You're going to start to hear a narrative called supply chain management problems. Lack of workflow, slow, clunky, people aren't coming back to work. So things are going to start to slow down in supply chain management. Now, what happens in the economy when supply chain management slows down during a low interest rate environment? Quantitative easing, inflation. So now you're hitting it from both ends, right? Supply chain management is a reason why inflation goes up, and they'll use that as an excuse to bring in the blockchain, to bring in the new supply chain management. And Vechain, I'm telling you right now, mark my word, on this video is going to be a massive, massive player in the supply chain management. So let me break this down for you guys. So this is how I do my research. So first I start always with the World Economic Forum. I study the IMF. I study all the different things. I look at media, and then I go deep of who the key players and what they're doing, right? What is Jerome Powell saying? What is Jerome Powell saying? We're coming back to a new economy leveraged towards technology. He's worried about the middle class, right? The middle class now is doing better sitting at home collecting a paycheck. Waitresses are making more money collecting the stimulus checks. Think about that. Why would you go back to work, right? Unless you were raised to work hard and build and be an entrepreneur, right? So let's jump right into it. So using blockchain to monitor COVID-19 vaccine supply chain. Tackling the C word will require the first ever deployment of blockchain in global distribution of vaccines. Let me say that again. Tackling the C word will require the first ever deployment of blockchain in the global distribution of vaccines. Blockchain offers immutable, decentralized database that can help all parties be sure the vaccine supplies are being stored and handled properly. In recent weeks, not one, but two companies have announced C-word vaccines with the efficacy rates of more than 90%. Both results are highly impressive, not only in their effectiveness, but also the relatively short time it took to develop them, which is scary. A years-long process that has been shortened to a mere months. So let's talk about the word shortened. Do you realize that the C word, the pandemic, as you look this way, allowed them to shorten a 10-year span of history into about a year? They've been able to move the sheeple as quick as possible into a quantum financial system, into a quantum blockchain type system. Everything you do by 2030, everything you do is going to be on a blockchain. Your voting, your tax records, your medical records, and you have the opportunity right now to be part of investing in that infrastructure. So if you don't know what Vechain is a supply chain management company, Now the key is, let's start with the leadership team. The CEO is a badass. He travels about 276 days a year. If you're investing in Vechain, you have a CEO that's out there hitting the streets, sharing with the communities what Vechain can do. So Vechain solutions include digital carbon ecosystem, consumer confidence index, automobiles, retail like Nike, logistics, liquefied natural gas solutions, digital content distribution, document management, and agriculture. So think about this. All these things that hit all the sectors that are struggling right now. Automobiles. What's happening with automobiles and supply chain management? If you buy a new car, take it home, wait a month, take it back, you will get more for the car than you bought it. Used cars are through the roof right now. Okay, so Vechain is a supply chain management company. Let's just keep it at that level. Okay, so we'll dive deeper into it as we go along. So why the Vechain Foundation met with China's government official, this was 2 weeks ago. Okay, so via the official Twitter handle, the Vechain Foundation confirmed a meeting with government officials from 3 important Chinese districts. Representatives from Shanghai, Chongqing, I can't pronounce that, visited the organization's office in Singapore. Per the report, Vechain Foundation representatives from the enterprise blockchain platform and the governments talked about potential transformative collaborations. The organization claimed to be ever ready to help all sectors from private companies to governments. A separate report published in the Chinese website, Chain News, stated that the deputy director for the changing district, Pan Min, repeatedly praised Vechain's technology and business development. I'm telling you, this is a sleeping giant, and it's still very undervalued in my personal opinion. Not financial advice. Don't do any buys based on my advice. Okay, let's jump in here really quickly. From Bayer, China to IVF applications, a summary of Vechain's medical use cases. Now let's look back here. Using blockchain for the C word for global distribution of the V word, okay? Reform in the field of medicine has become global priority following the impact of the global pandemic. Remember what the Rothschilds said. Probably shouldn't use their name in my video, but the Rothschilds said, never let a good pandemic go to waste, right? Think about this, Wars. I've showed you all these videos. I'm showing you the game. I spent 8 to 9 hours of work researching this, Wars. Think about that. They show you exactly where they're heading. They're investing their money in this new quantum financial system. It's not just about cryptocurrency wars. It's going to be decentralized finance, supply chain management. Everything you do, I'm holding a bottle in my hand of water, okay? This bottle of water, look at it and say, how did this get in my hand? What is this barcode right here? How did this efficiently get into my hand? This coffee that I have right here, okay? Think about that. How are they going to get those coffee beans to Starbucks if there's a supply chain manager? That's how you need to start thinking. Everything you touch that's efficient, how can you invest in the other side of it? I'm going off the subject, but hear me out. This is how my brain thinks. When I started seeing people sitting on their couch eating McDonald's, watching Netflix, I started to think, how can I invest in that? Because people don't even have to leave their couch now. But somebody had to build the infrastructure to get that in their hands. And the more efficient it is and the lazier we make people, on the other side of that, there's a huge group of people getting very wealthy, eating very healthy meals. Think about that, warriors. It's all by design. Currently, we see concerted effort from governments to accelerate innovation and increase the pace of changing in healthcare systems. The field of medicine is understandably critical for society and some of the stringent compliance measures of the field. As such, innovative products and services able to comply with regulations have the power to drastically enhance people's lives and unlock new capabilities for global healthcare systems, unlocking efficiency created over and reducing cost. Okay. Now, another thing I want to show you guys, and I want you to understand how massive this is, and you've probably heard this before, but April 14th, 2021, Vechain and Salesforce partnership could be the most important in crypto, says Ben Armstrong. Could be is an understatement. Do you understand that the CEO of Salesforce, this gentleman is a monster in a good way? He is so unbelievably strategic. In 2019, the CEO of Salesforce, now Salesforce is the biggest CRM company in the world. They are a dominant force. They literally rent cruise ships for their team members to dock to have meetings. That's how massive this company is, okay? He bought Time Magazine in 2019. Why did he buy Time Magazine in 2019? He links up with Vechain in 2021, or the announcement is, the biggest issue we're having is baby boomers moving into crypto. Guess who reads Time Magazine? Baby boomers, 50 and above. He bought Time Magazine and is turning Time Magazine into a crypto education system, and also is hiring a CFO that has Bitcoin acumen. Bitcoin acumen. Warriors. This is massive. So Vechain and Salesforce, one of the best supply chain management companies, one of the top customer management companies or CRM companies. I think, what's CRM? Customer. It's basically tracking, right? So like your reports, tracking your employees, all that stuff. So on April 8th this year, Vechain Foundation announced a partnership with Salesforce to test, trials, and build applications on VeThor blockchain, popular Bitboy crypto. As Armstrong indicated, Salesforce is one of the largest global customer relationship manager software companies worldwide. Via the corporation with Vechain, the software company will create a link between multi-business sectors. So whereas I just wanted to bring you this information, people are asking about my other cryptocurrency protocols or things that I'm invested in. But this gives you an insight on how I invest. I have a technical analysis team. They do the technical analysis. My brain doesn't work with technical analysis. I have dyslexia, so my brain doesn't work in numbers. My brain is very street smart and common sense smart. I'm very good at watching, connecting the dots. My brain picks up things that I research nonstop, and it ties things together. That's just how my brain works. And I've done really well, very well in the crypto space based on my investments. And I have a gut feeling. When I get a gut feeling, that's where I make my investments. And I've been wrong very few times when I'm in my investments, just being honest with you guys. Done very well in the crypto space. It's because I'm able to pull myself up out of the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I'm able to make good financial decisions based on a clear mind, clear gut, and moving forward on where we're heading, not where we're at. Because I'll share with you, warriors, you buy the rumors, you sell the news. By the time it gets to the news, it's already too late, because who controls the news? There's 6 conglomerates controlled by the richest people in the world, and the information you're getting is exactly what they want to see and direct you to, so that they can do the opposite, right? You just got to know the game, warriors. It's a very simple game. It's a very simple game, but it's very complex now, because we have these computers where most of you haven't made it this far. And if you've made it this far, you're a true warrior, because the attention span of a human being is 5 seconds. And the average watch time on my videos is 8 minutes. So if I'm able to capture you for 12 minutes, you are a true warrior. You're somebody who actually is interested, and you're at a whole different level than other people. Do you realize that? Sitting here right now, you're at a whole different level than most people. If you have a attention span of 13 minutes, you are above average, and you will do very well if you continue to keep that focus. So it's not about having millions of cryptocurrencies and trying to get rich quick. It's about finding some that you fall in love with and sticking with them through the ups, through the downs. That's how you become wealthy in the space, warriors. Not guarantees, but that's how I've done very well. So if you want to join our private Warrior Academy, where you see access to my exact portfolio, if it changes, I update the warriors. Our My Exit strategy, you can fill out your own practice exit strategy to help you have a game plan. If you don't have a game plan, you're going to get wrecked. Number 3, we have cryptocurrency calls. We have one at 10 o'clock today. Technical analysis call, a Discord where you can communicate, ask questions, constant media updates. I actually joined this system where I can send you guys weekly a briefing of all the top crypto news in the world coming from the World Economic Forum. On top of that, the bonus, you get a 120-day challenge. You learn how we became so disciplined. Subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation. You go through a 120-day challenge, workout, nutrition. There's nothing like it in history. We're an ecosystem of people working together in the quantum financial system to help take advantage of this biggest shift in generational wealth. So everything's down in the description down below. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Vechain is the big sleeper. Warriors, just got to get our shit together.